It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
I don't know, I feel it. Coming up, our good friend comedian Al Jackson from the Daily Blast.
Yeah.
Also, comedian Greg Warren will be joining us on the Zoom.
Whatever.
As he calls the track phone hotline. One of Josh's closest friends.
Yeah, you can tell by the way he
wonderful guy.
talks about him.
That's what guys do. Do ladies do that?
No.
No, ladies do it worse.
Yeah, ladies.
They're your best friend right up until you walk to the bathroom. And then it's just gap.
Do you believe that whore? What is she wearing
Look at that
for?
shirt.
Do you ever call any of your friends? Behind their back, refer to them as a whore, Christy?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm a little old for that.
Do you have any that are?
Do you have any phone numbers?
Yeah, can we get Godwin laid? Maybe they'll calm him down.
Gosh.
One of your friends will bang old Godwin.
Yeah.
Old Godwin.
We're all in for 20. We're all in for $20.
Really?
Yes, that's right.
Let's see how many.
Let's make a prostitute out of one of your
let's
friends.
see. Ace is in for 20.
Think of Godwin
I
like
don't have any friends left now. Thank you.
Think of Godwin like a grenade, and she's throwing herself on him. How about that? Why not?
Taking it for the team.
Yes.
Just painting a very bad picture.
Save the company.
Now you're going to get a nice letter from someone that listens, Pat.
Oh, I get those.
Well, if you want laid so bad, why
Could we
are
move on? Let's introduce everyone. There's Chick, there's Josh, there's Willie G, Patty G, of course, being abused in the other room. Christy in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. This is Tom speaking. And ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Speaking of ladies, I remember this one time I was in a bar. And this woman came up to me and said, I want to show you a good time.
Oh, how about that?
So when we got outside, she ran the 40-yard dash in 4 seconds.
That's a good time.
That's
pretty funny. That's a great time, in fact.
I think Bo Jackson has the unofficial record, like 4.1 or something.
Okay. I did not see that.
I love
coming.
it.
I loved it.
I like that very much. Thank you very much, Ace Cosby.
Oh, gosh.
G.
Look at Al's got the guns out today.
Oh,
my
Al Jackson joins us
Put
with
some clothes on.
Are you lifting weights there, Al?
Gigolo.
I got up late today.
How dare you put
this
gay
is what I
thoughts
slept in. Over and over and over again.
Look at those biceps. You pumping iron
goodness.
There's nothing to do, Tom. This is like the county jail, but for everyone, even white women.
What do you mean there's not? What is your TV broke? Why are you working out?
I work at, honestly, that's my thing. I put on, first of all, everybody knows, I don't know if you notice, I love to play the lines. I love to put a little wager on a game or two.
Sure.
And
Me too, buddy.
That's the way that I keep in shape is I put a wager on a game, and then I have my exercise bike set up right in front of my TV, and I just sit on the bike and just watch the game.
Well, it looks like you're taking the bike and lifting it because your arms are significantly bigger than they were before.
Al, this isn't a joke. My older brother Sam has recently lost a bunch of weight, and I said, "How'd you do it?" He got an exercise bike. He only watches wrestling. His favorite thing is to watch wrestling. He only watches it while he's on his bike. And I go, "How much wrestling are you watching?" He goes, "About 12 hours a week."
Man.
Yeah, that's about it.
He's lost like 40 pounds.
Do you know what? For as much as I make jokes on the show and all, bro, I've fluctuated with my weight for most of my life. Soul Cycle, me in a room with a bunch of white women, that changed my life because it, like, first of all, your feet are magnetically attached to the pedal, so you can't leave.
Is the title meant to be ironic? You would have.
It really. First of all, that Soul Cycle to me really showed me how men don't understand anything. We think that like making you manly is you going into a nasty gym in the Y with a bunch of other dudes grunting and farting and doing whatever they do, and that's the way men get in shape, as opposed to going to an exercise class with, I don't know, between 17 and 22 smoking hot women of all different ages. There's music. It's fun. It's engaging. You're going to burn like 500-600 calories. It's a great way, if you're single, I am not, but to meet people. I don't know why I wasn't doing Soul Cycle 10 years ago.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Any kind of workout class, whatever. But that's like, if you want to meet women, it's just like everybody's like, you want girls, go join the football team. No, go join the actors class because there's 17 cute girls in there whose lines you got to go over with after the class. Maybe that's a better way to meet women.
I was in show choir, Al.
Yes.
Al Jackson has joined us from Denver. Are you getting a lot of snow out there? I'm sure you're getting the cold, huh?
Brother, let me tell you, first of all, it was -2 this week. And I think I forgot. I'm from Northeast Ohio. Shout out Cleveland. But, I had forgotten what -2 and -5 felt like. It was freezing. It was really like that cold where it made you reevaluate like what steps you had done in your life that led you to this moment where you were -5.
It's chilly.
And yesterday I got out and shoveled because there's some psycho neighbor near me that's called the God blessed city on me twice, saying I haven't shoveled my sidewalk.
I have a feeling they're not upset about your sidewalk, Al.
I have a feeling they're upset that there's a sidewalk in their neighborhood.
You hit the sidewalks, all of a sudden the property value goes down.
Exactly.
Oh, you're not going to believe what he's doing now, Margaret. Come here.
So I'm very weird about shoveling my sidewalks. I was like, okay, well, at least I got ahead of it. And I went inside and, a couple hours later, now there's probably 6 inches of snow on the ground. So, we got a ton of snow out here.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, well, you'll see Al on the Daily Blast Live. Also, Al is the author of Where is Baby For? A benefit project for the Firefly Autism Program in Lakewood, Colorado.
Yes.
And it's a great book. You can read it to your kids, and it's very informative.
Yes.
Also, Al is hipper than I am.
By the way, Tom,
Yes.
thank you for saying that it's a very informative kids book because that's what kids are looking for.
Why did you say entertaining?
It is.
It's for
very sweet.
This is a hard-hitting book that'll teach these kids. Yes.
It's the movie Philadelphia of kids' books. It's very informative.
I'll read a page from it. And that's when Bobby said, Davy sure is skinny.
Oh, my God.
Out of context. Wow. That sounds like an episode of The L Word.
Okay.
Al, can you teach us how to... We got to get hip. Well, my dad has to get a little more hip.
All right.
Thank you.
Tom, are you ready to do this,
Yes.
man? How you feeling?
Good.
All right. Well, Tom, we're going to do one word that's going to be the same and one word that's different after, and it's going to change the meaning. So, Tom, if I tell you to bump it, B-U-M-P-I-T, what am I telling you to do?
Bump it.
To put that aside temporarily, and we'll get back to it.
Tom, look.
No?
Yes.
I think you got it.
I really am disappointed with the rest of the Bob and Tom game because you guys are starting to get so used to the fact that Tom is nailing these. We have come a long way in 2 years. He has nailed, like, I would say 4 of the last 10 we've done.
All right. Well,
Hey, 40%. That's
not bad.
That's really good.
See, as a woman, I thought you were talking about those bumpets that you put in your hair to make your hair.
Christy, I remember the infomercial.
Do you remember the bump it?
You better know what a bump it is.
Am I the only guy that thought the bump it kind of looked cute?
It was the Jersey Shore
kind
era.
of cute.
It was
Yeah.
kind of hair
What is it?
going.
It was this thing you put in your hair and it made a bump.
Make a bump in
for
it.
women's hair. And
Big in cheerleading.
so it
competitive
looks like your
cheerleading.
hair's teased.
Yeah,
essentially.
Exactly.
Is that one local weather person? Is that how she does that?
I don't know. I don't
Oh, that is.
know who you're talking about,
Oh,
but
that, you know what I'm talking about, Ace. Boy,
I know
that's
who you're talking about.
that looked great if you were a prom queen when Jackie Kennedy was the first lady.
Anything to get your eye off her face. I can tell you that.
Lovely girl.
Oh,
you guys are awful.
She's lovely. She just should not do that to her hair. We're joined by comedian Greg Warren with, look at those blue eyes and
That shirt makes your eyes pop.
that
buddy.
blue, is that terry cloth?
Are you frozen?
No.
It's not terry cloth.
Yeah, I like your Cookie Monster outfit.
It really gets the dames, huh?
Greg, you look very handsome this morning. And I love the crossword puzzle
Yeah, that's
behind your
delightful
head.
behind you.
You
Very
dork.
artistic.
Very nice.
Maybe some dental work.
Hey, Josh, I like the Snuffleupagus outfit.
I could say you didn't know if you wanted to say it until I called you a dork forever.
Is that a bathrobe or is that an actual shirt?
No, it's a sweatshirt. It's a hoodie, is what.
Dude,
they
it
call
looks
it.
crazy
Do
comfortable.
they have,
What are you, a Smurf?
Do they have bathrobes with hoods on them? Am I not the right person?
Yeah, of course they
Yeah,
do.
the monks do. The monks wear bathrobes with hoods on them, I think.
Really?
You don't have one of those?
I've never seen one of those. No.
Greg, may I ask, is that a St. Louis Blues sweatshirt?
No, it's a wrestling sweatshirt.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
What? I haven't heard anything about that.
You never talk about that.
You wrestled?
Yeah, boy. Yeah. I wrestled back in the day, chick. Yeah.
And my dad was a coach. And, I also played flute in the band.
Two-time state champion.
Could you let the man speak?
Greg, how many times? Greg, how many times were you the state champion?
Twice. Yeah.
Very nice.
You don't get to talk. As Greg's explained it to me, you don't get to talk about it unless you won it at least twice. One-timers don't get it.
Is that true?
Yeah, they have no voice.
Well,
at the table.
no voice. Let me ask you this, Greg. I know that you were working for a big company when you started in comedy, and you're kind of doing it on the weekends and stuff. And
yeah,
tell me about. Do you mind if I go back and ask you the origin story, the Greg Warren early days in comedy?
Sure, man. I was in Columbia, Missouri in college, and I worked at a bar called Deja Vu, and they had comedy there. And there's this guy, I don't know if Josh met him or not, Freddie DeMarco.
I never did, and I wish
he was like kind of like my comedy coach. He was like hard on me, but he was really looked after me. And when I got out of college, I was going to do comedy, and I chickened out, and I took a job at Procter & Gamble.
Nice, safe job.
Yeah, it was a really good job. And I called Fred, and I was like, Fred, I took a job at Procter & Gamble. Hey, Greg, well, why would you do that? I mean, what are you doing that for, Greg? I go, Freddie, it's a good job. It's a good job if you want to be bored for the rest of your life. Jesus Christ, Greg. Why don't you join the monastery? You have more fun in your life. I mean, you're going to sell soap the rest of your life. I go, Fred, I'm in the food division. I'm selling peanut butter. Oh, peanut butter. Why didn't you say so, Greg? I mean, that's a whole different story. You got your crunchy, you got your creamy. I mean, the broads are going to go crazy for you. I'll tell you what, Jesus Christ, I tell you what, just put a gun in your mouth and get it over with, Greg.
Freddie.
That was Freddie.
Man, come on.
So 10 years later, I quit P&G, and I had stayed in touch with Fred, and he let me do comedy every now and then up there. I always, did it at night. I was living in Cincinnati, and I'd listen to you guys back then. It was when I first heard you guys, and I would, so I called Fred, and I go, Fred, I did it. I quit my job. He goes, Craig, why would you do that? It's a good job, Greg. What are you doing? You had your benefits, you had your stock options. I go, Freddie, I told you to do it 10 years ago. You're not a young guy, Greg. I mean, it's a tough business, next thing you know, you could be depressed. You run out of money. Next thing you know, you're gonna have a gun in your mouth.
Freddie.
And I should also point out that Greg has a comedy special that is on Amazon Prime, and it's called Corn Soup.
That's right.
That's what it is. Give me that. Give me that
Willie.
corn soup.
It's not on my list here,
It's
Greg.
called Where the Field Corn Grows, and it's great.
Thank you, Willie.
I didn't say it wasn't great. It's not on my sheet.
It's
I can't
wonderful.
remember every project from every person.
You're going to love it.
A lot to do here.
Where the field corn grows.
Yeah.
You'll learn a lot about corn.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah, not a lot about comedy.
Yeah, you spend most of it watching Craig's special. You go, huh?
I didn't know that about
actually,
corn.
on a serious note, Greg, I know that on this show, when we joke about anything we don't know much about, which is virtually everything, we will get letters correcting us. Have you, are any of the statements you make about actual corn, have they been contested by any of the people who have watched the special?
No, I mean, because mostly I admit that I don't know anything. saying that, they get that I'm kind of stupid when it comes to agriculture. So everybody, I got a lot of great feedback, and of course one lady just furious that I would just take shots at agriculture. Just
not understanding
get what I was doing. Just you're an awful person, and my husband's a farmer.
Oh, dude, this thing couldn't be more pro farmer, and it's one of the finest comedy specials I've seen in a very long time.
Thank you. Hey, Tom, nice. You said, you mentioned learning something. I learned just this past month that prog rock is not music from Czechoslovakia.
If you were doing a crossword puzzle, that's really going to throw you. Having those extra letters
I never thought yes never sounded Czech.
Owner of the lonely heart.
Round the boat.
Okay, now we have
this prog rock is slapping.
That's
nicely done, Chick.
Very good, Chick. I was just going to ask to bring Greg into today's topic, which of course is your top 3 cheeses. Greg, off the top of your head, your favorite 3 cheeses?
Top 3 cheeses, Greggy.
Well, I'm going to go back to when I ate cheese.
Because he doesn't eat cheese. I was going to say that.
But I would say I'm a big,
That's right.
I'm going to say I always enjoyed a good cheddar.
Yes. Sure.
And then I'm going sort of a Jack cheese, a Monterey Jack cheese, and then
this is like asking an alcoholic what their favorite booze was.
No, it's not. No, it's not like that. It just upsets my stomach. It's
so does booze.
But I mean, did Josh pick Provel? I mean, I just being from St. Louis, I feel like I have to say Provel because it's
Provel.
From Emos.
Yeah, Provel is kind of a St. Louis thing, and it's a mixture of provolone and mozzarella, essentially.
And I think something else.
I think you're right.
American, I think, is in there.
Wait,
provolone.
You said provolone and mozzarella.
Americans in there too, I think.
Gotcha.
So why is this lack of cheese? Is this a flatulence issue?
Well, I don't. Yeah, I would say probably part of that. It's just, but more like it just doesn't.
That's why your previous album, Last Train to Chartville.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that was the name of it.
Well,
that's what it was called. Greg and I have spent a lot of time on the road together in cars. If I had made that joke, I'm not kidding. He would have pulled over, kicked me out, and left me in the snow for an hour until I learned my lesson.
Yeah, don't give him. He would have come back.
You walked to Toledo.
He would have been Last Train to Chartville.
Well, it's is it a lactose intolerance thing?
Leave the man alone.
He's got a special diet. He feels, but the good thing is,
I had a bunch of stomach problems several years ago, and I through a lot of experimentation, and finally this holistic doctor adjusted my diet, and I feel better. So,
okay. Did it make the ear grow back?
Did it make the ear grow back?
See, that's just a
now
cheap
he's making
shot.
it sound like I don't have an ear.
shot.
Greg Warren, of course, born without an ear.
Well, you might as well not have one. I mean, it's not worth anything.
Do you eat cauliflower, or does it?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you think it's kind of somewhat ironic?
My God, you are such a jerk.
You know, Tom, I've never really thought of that. Cannibalistic. Yeah, Tom.
He has ears of corn.
Cauliflower ear from the wrestling.
Wrestling?
Okay. What's the name of that special again? Where the corn is green? What is it?
It's corn soup, I believe.
Corn soup.
Where the field
corn soup.
The minute you said corn soup, I knew I named it the wrong thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking the other day. No, this might have been this morning, in fact, now that I think about it. Josh was correcting himself. He had stated on the air that he thought the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High was overrated, and we all felt it was not.
What?
And then you said what, Josh?
I said, this was like 4 months ago when I went, you know what, I'm kind of starting to think Fast Times is a little overrated. But I watched it again over the weekend, and I was way wrong. It is nearly perfect.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We were talking Physical Graffiti, the album.
I laughed and laughed.
And, of course, one of the great characters from that movie is Damone.
Oh, yeah.
And you're famous for your impression. For those that have seen the movie,
I know what I look like. You know, Stacy, this is really great iced tea.
Right.
Man, that is dead on.
Do you have any tickets?
No, I don't have any Blue Oyster Cult. Where were you last week? I ate 34 pairs of Van Halen.
It's such a subtle impression.
It's so great.
Brilliant. It's
And
brilliant.
Greg, you, the actor, is it Richard Romanus? What is
Robert Romanus.
Okay, thank
The
you.
Night Stalker.
I just learned his dad was a big-time actor.
It's not the Night Stalker.
What?
Stop.
Yes, you're right. I saw his dad recently in The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox.
Oh,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
I like him.
he was in Everybody Loves Raymond, too.
No, that was Everybody Loves Romanus.
Oh, I thought that was Ray Romanus. Wasn't he the star of Everybody
No,
Loves
chick.
Raymond?
No.
What is
Swing and a miss. They can't
Robert
be all
Romanus in? Is he still working out there?
I don't, man. I
You
don't
met him,
even know.
right?
Oh, Robert Romanus. He hasn't worked in a while. He was did a run on Will and Grace, and
Yes.
he had But yeah, I did meet him, Pat. I met him in a Starbucks in L.A., and he could not have been nicer, man.
Awesome.
I never bothered celebrities out there. It's just like a thing you don't do, but I couldn't help it. My buddy Claude was like, "That's Damone. You got to talk to him." I go, "Hey man, I'm a comedian." I go, man, I'm a big fan. I think I kind of became a comedian because I started doing an impression of you in college. He goes, "So you're a comedian, huh?" I'm gonna have to come check you out someday.
Now,
So awesome.
Did you do him for him?
No, I couldn't do it, man. I didn't.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com or listen live with the Bob and Tom app. And be sure to tune in next time for more